Good morning. Today we will learn about occupational hazards from rehabilitation and allied therapeutics. In occupational hazards, we will learn about definition, which are the different occupational environment, risk factors that can cause occupational hazards, types of hazards, and how we can prevent and control hazards. Occupational hazards. Now, hazards means something that can cause harm if not controlled. So, an occupational hazard is a hazard experienced in the workplace. It is a risk that occur as a result of particular occupation. Occupational environment is very important for understanding the occupational hazards. Occupational environment is physical surrounding and social environment at a workplace. Three type of interaction in the workplace occur, that is man and physical, man and chemical, man and biological agents, man and machine, man and man. Different risk factors that causes occupational hazards are static loading, that is because of particular posture on particular joints or muscles, repetitions because of continuous repetition of particular movement or repetition of exposure of different harmful agents, force if heavy force is present on musculoskeletal tissues or joint that can cause musculoskeletal conditions, contact stress because of contact with different agents, it can cause different condition, awkward posture because of awkward posture at the workplace can cause different conditions, vibration because of heavy machinery vibrating force can damage muscles and joints. Now, which are the different occupational hazards? They are physical hazards, chemical hazards, biological hazards, mechanical hazards, psychosocial hazards. In this, psychological and behavioral changes occur and psychosomatic ill health. Now, physical hazards: heat, direct and indirect effect of high temperature or radiant heat, cold, general and local cold injury, light, acute and chronic effect of bright and dim light and glare, radiation, ionizing radiation like of X-rays and gamma rays, non-ionizing radiation like infrared and ultraviolet rays, noises that are auditory and non-auditory effect, vibration hazardous in the frequency range of 10 to 500 Hz. Now, which are the different conditions and disease due to physical agents are because of heat, heat stroke, heat rashes can occur because of light, occupational cataract can occur because of cold, hypothermia, frostbite can occur because of vibration, osteoarthritis can occur because of noise, deafness can occur because of radiation, cancer can occur. Now, which are the different chemicals that can cause chemical hazards? Acids, bases, heavy metals like lead, solvents like petroleum. Other than that, particular agents like asbestosis, silica, and other fine dust particles. Fumes like noxious gases or vapors can also cause chemical hazards, and also highly reactive metal can cause chemical hazards. Disease that occur due to chemical agents are because of gases, gas poisoning can occur because of dust like silica and asbestosis, silicosis and asbestosis can occur because of chemicals, burns, dermatitis, cancer, respiratory illness can occur because of metals like lead, mercury, arsenic, chromium can cause poisoning. Now, different biological hazards are due to bacteria, viruses, fungi, insects like mosquitoes, hazardous plants can cause poison, birds, animals, and blood-borne pathogens. Now, disease that is caused by biological agents. Hepatitis because of hepatitis B virus and C virus. Fungus can cause psoriasis. Bacteria, tuberculosis, particularly among health workers. Insects can cause malaria. Asthma because of exposure to organic dust can occur. Blood-borne disease like HIV and AIDS is common in health worker. Person who are in contact with animal can get swine flu. Now, mechanical hazards. It is due to unsafe, inadequate equipment or lifting heavy loads or slippery floor or because of repetitive motion. Different condition or disease can occur. For example, crush injury can occur because of unsafe equipment, because of heavy weight lifting, back pain or neck pain can occur, or slip disc can occur. Because of slippery floor, chances of fall and fracture is common. Because of repetitive motion, there are chances of musculoskeletal conditions, sprain or strain, or in long term osteoarthritis can occur. Psychosocial hazards arises when worker fails to adapt to an new psychosocial environment, which leads to psychological factors such as frustration, lack of job satisfaction, poor human relationship, emotional tension, etc. The health effect caused due to psychosocial hazards are psychological and behavioral changes, psychosomatic ill health. Psychological and behavior changes include unfriendly nature, anxiety, depression, tiredness, aggressiveness, drug abuse, and absentees. Psychosomatic ill health like fatigue can occur, pain in shoulder, neck, back that are musculoskeletal disorders, prone to peptic ulcer as there is high level of stress that can cause increased level of gastric juice release in the stomach which can lead to peptic ulcer. Also because of stress person will have hypertension which can also lead to heart disease and also rapid aging. Now how we can prevent and control the occupational hazard? It can be done by medical measures, by taking proper safety measures, by ergonomic changes and advice, by legislative measures. Legislative measures are different acts that are given by governments to help the worker and provide safety to the worker that we will see in next lecture. Now, which are the different medical measures that should be taken? Pre-placement examination. So, before placement, proper health checkup should be done. After that, periodic examination should be done of every worker so we can find different health condition. Medical care service should be provided so we can treat the patient when condition occur. Safety measures, design of building for providing and ensuring safety of the workers. Good housekeeping should be there. General ventilation should be proper. Protective device should be provided and environmental monitoring should be done. Ergonomics is very important factor in preventing and treating the occupational hazards. Ergonomics means fitting the job to the worker. Adaptation, modification, manipulation of machinery, work environment, work and rest schedule to suit the capacity, limitation and expectation of worker. So ergonomic help to increase the capacity of worker, decrease the limitation of workers and fulfill the expectation of the workers. Now types and component of ergonomics are physical ergonomics, cognitive ergonomics and organization ergonomics. What can we do for preventing occupational hazard? Administrative control is important for prevention, work practice control and engineering control. So with the help of these we can prevent the occupational hazards. Now what is administrative control? In this we have to give employee rotation, so there is not a continuous duty of particular person. Okay, for example, if person is doing night shift for a longer time, that can cause different hazards to the patient, to the person health. Redesigning the work should be redesigned. Static versus dynamic work position. If person is doing static work like sitting on a desk and continuously working for a longer time, we have to give different dynamic work option also, so he can combine both and there is less stress on the person physically and mentally. So change in work position help and prevent the occupational hazard. Frequent break should be given to the person to decrease the stress level. Work practice control. Safe and proper work technique and procedures should be provided. Training should be given to person. Next is engineering controls. In this, workstation should be helpful to the worker and friendly environment should be given and person can work easily, that should be taken care. Tools and equipment to help the person to work properly and for avoiding any condition or disease that can occur to the worker. Basic facilities should be provided to the person. Now workstation, workplace. As we can see in the figure, workstation should fit the workstation to the employee. Reduce awkward position like adjustable workstation should be provided. Chair should be adjustable. Footrest should be provided. Adjustable monitor should be present and document holder should be present. As we can see in the figure, the space near to the person is usual workspace, so person do not have to stretch and do the work. Next is occasional workspace, that is the space which is less used during the work time, so things that are used occasionally should be kept there. Next, third space is non-working area, that is used sometime, so things that are not frequently used should be kept there, so person have to assess that thing occasionally. Tools. Use of longer, shorter and thinner handles to help the person to handle the tools. To avoid repetitive movement, power tool should be used. Electrical stapler can be used. Electrical knife can be used. To avoid forceful exertion, soft touch keyboard or buttons should be used. Lifting device should be used. To avoid vibration, anti-vibratory handles should be used. Anti-vibratory gloves should be used. These are the example of different tools modification. Now facility that should be provided are lighting. Proper lighting is important at the workplace. Water supply should be sufficient. Food should be good at the workplace. Cleanliness is very important to maintain the proper hygiene. Toilet should be good. Proper garbage and waste disposal. Sufficient space should be provided. Ventilation should be good. Other than that, stretching is very important during working hours. Breathing exercise. Movement during work hour is very important. If person is taking only one position for prolonged time that can cause stress on different muscles and joints. Proper posture is very important at the workplace. Now, which are the basics of stretching? It increases flexibility and elasticity of muscle. It increases circulation to warm the muscles. It increases mental alertness and reduces the fatigue. It also decreases muscle tension and stress. So, stretching is very important. Now, when should we do the stretching? Prior to starting your day. During short break, at least once per hour or per 2 hours. After break or lunch, if tension or stress is apparent, after a lengthy task duration, after awkward posture. Now, proper stretching technique. Relax and breathe normally. Do not hold your breath while doing the stretching. Hold each stretch for count of 10 to 15 or as long as comfort is maintained. Use gentle and controlled motion. Stretch until mild tension is felt. Stretch by how you feel and not how long you can go or stretch. That is very important. So you do not damage your muscles or tissue. Now these are the example of few basic exercise that you can perform at the workplace. Eye palming, eye movement are helpful when there is stress at the eye, and it is helpful in the desk worker who are continuously viewing monitors or screen. So there are chances that there is stress on the eye. So eye palming and eye movement are very helpful for relaxing eye and eye muscles. Neck stretch, shoulder pinch, shoulder shrug, overhead stretch, arm behind back stretch, chair rotation stretch for trunk, finger flexion and extension stress. Changing posture after 1 or 2 hours. Now, which are the common posture mistakes that we do? First is slouching in a chair. This is very relaxing posture when you are continuously working and then you slouch in a chair, but this is bad posture and can cause stress on different joint. So we should avoid slouching in a chair. Sticking your bottom out. For person who are doing standing work or job, sticking out bottom is commonly adopted posture, but that is wrong posture and can cause stress on lower back. Standing with a flat back can decrease lordosis and stress the lumbar spine. Also, it stress the thoracic and neck. Leaning on one leg. When you are continuously standing, we are habitually to take weight on one leg, but that is bad for joints on the stress leg. Hunchback and text neck. So many person uses mobile for their work and also uses computers, so they are adapted to flex the neck. They can cause hunchback or test neck and can get pain in the neck. Poking your chin while you are using any monitor. This is the most common habit that all adopt, but it can cause pain in the neck. Rounded shoulders is also most commonly seen mistake of posture. Cradling your phone between your shoulder and your face can cause stretch on the other side of neck muscle and can cause neck pain. Now, ergonomic for different occupation. These are the few example of how we can treat or prevent the different condition in different occupation. First is in computer worker or desk worker. They are prone to get musculoskeletal disorder in that back pain, neck pain is common. Carpal tunnel syndrome is common because of continuous use of keyboard. Eye strain is common because they continuously see the monitor. Stress is common because they have continuous static job. Workstation ergonomic is top of monitor at just eye level or just below. Monitor is roughly arm length away. Minimally bend at wrist. 90 to 120 degree flexion at elbow. Back should be straight and supported. Elbow close to the body. Hip is bent at 90 to 120 degree. Adjustable chair. Front of seat not pressing on back of knee. Feet flat on ground or resting on the footrest. Along with that, we should ask person to move every 1 or 2 hours to relax their muscles and free their joints. Also breathe during their rest duration. Also do stretching frequently and mostly of back or neck and fingers because they are using continuously fingers and upper limb. Students, in student, neck pain, back pain is most common because of heavy backpack. So we should ask them to use both the strap on both the shoulder to avoid stress on particular shoulder and spine. Also while studying, this is habitual of many students to lie on their tummy on bed and read or use the laptop. But this is wrong position. Students should sit on chair with proper back support and footrest and then study. While working at home on lifting heavy weight, it is common to have back pain. So person should bend on knees and then lift the weight so there is less stress on the back. Also while doing household work, there are chances of upper back pain and neck pain. So we should ask person to stand straight and then work, or they should use a long stick while mopping so they get less stress on upper back. Also while working in the kitchen, frequently used items should be on the platform and at the hand distance area. Mediumly used items should be on the lower shelf and low use items should be on upper shelf. Physiotherapists also have different occupational hazards because of their working position. As we know, physiotherapy treatment is not of few minutes, but it can take many 10 to 15 minutes minimum and also maximum to 1 to 2 hours. So it is very important that we take care while treating to the patient. How is our posture and there is no stress at our joints and muscles. Also we deal with different neurological patient, so we have to provide proper support to these patients. So it is important that we use less muscle power and provide maximum support to the patient. That is beneficial to the patient as patient will adapt his balance and will perform his activity properly, and also there will be less stress to our joints and muscles. So these are the few examples of different occupation and how we can prevent the occupational hazards in these occupations. Thank you.